It's been almost a year since we got married, and looking back on the wedding, it wasn't perfect.
So these are some of the things that we would change if we could go back.
I hate that I messed up my speech.
I love all of you.
Thanks, Harjit. I love you too.
My bad.
Not happy about it. Till this day, I still think about it. How do I mess up so badly? I don't know. It just happened. And here's my explanation. I hate talking in front of people. I was preparing for my speech, so I wrote a little couple lines down, and then I got distracted, right? So while I was making my speech, I was just going down my notes, and then when there were no notes left, my brain automatically assumed my speech was over. And then, lo and behold, forgot my wife.
I'm in trouble.
It was pretty funny though. If you know him, you're like, oh yeah. Like everyone that was at the wedding just laughed because it was like, that is such a Harjit thing to do.
Yeah.
Like that is like textbook Harjit.
Hurts me to this day. But she's not angry with me, so it's okay.
But sometimes I'm like, well, I'm right because you forgot to mention me at our wedding. Honestly, like if you had asked me a year ago, there'd be like a long list of things that I was like, oh, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this. But now I'm just like, I'm over it. But I would say, I hate that I was such a people pleaser. And that is just a me thing. But I feel like it happens to a lot of brides and grooms, especially on your wedding day. You're either like really selfish or really not selfish. I feel like there's no in between.
You're like one way or the other.
Yeah, and I think I was trying to please everybody. Even when I did things for myself, because I'm like, oh, I want to do this for myself. I felt bad about it. I felt instant like, oh no, like, is this gonna upset somebody? I also hate that Leo couldn't come to our wedding. He's right there.
There he is. If he was there, it would have been chaotic because he just hates people. Maybe it was a good thing that he wasn't there, but it would have been cool to have him in like one picture. We have no wedding pictures with Leo.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. The next thing that I hate, Jazz was late for every event.
I also hate that.
Jazz was like, yo, everyone needs to be here at 5 p.m. sharp. It's 5:58. Jazz? Jazz?
Every event, Jazz was late except for the one she wasn't allowed to be late for, the ceremony.
The ceremony, yeah.
Actually, the reception too. No, you were also late for the reception.
And I feel so bad. I hate this too because I feel so bad that Mandeep, who is Harjit's sister, my sister-in-law, she's the only person I will trust with my makeup. She's just so good and she understands me. I can't have anybody else do it. And I think that was like a selfish thing for me to do. At first I was like, oh, like it'll be so nice when we like bonding. And now looking back and I'm like, I was late and she was late. We're just out here being late. And I told everyone, I'm like, you gotta be on time. And look at me, I'm not even on time myself.
This girl hijacked my sister. For my wedding, I was the only child.
Yeah.
I did not have a sister.
She's my sister.
She's her sister.
I was like, we're not even married yet, but you're my sister.
Hijacked.
I didn't even give her an option. I was like,
Dude.
You're doing my makeup and my hair. So the one day that I wasn't late was because that was the day that I hired a makeup artist. It wouldn't be as annoying if our parents were hosting the wedding. So like when your parents are hosting the wedding, like as a bride and groom, you're chilling. You know, you come in, you're like, whenever you have someone entertaining the guests. We didn't have that. Our parents were like, for some reason, because they're not hosting it, they don't know how to be hosts.
The whole time we told our parents, yo, just chill out, relax. But we still assumed that they would, you know, be parents during the wedding, right? Nah.
No.
They let go of the reins. They're like, this is all you guys.
Yeah. Don't be late to your own events.
I was on time.
There's like so many pictures of like
just me by myself.
Like Harjit by himself with like my family and his family in front of a backdrop and I'm just missing.
She's just not there.
This is like another thing I hate, kind of like relating to like being late. I love the idea of Mehendi. Like I love everything about it. However, I wish maybe I did it the night before. I did the all natural because I'm allergic to like the stuff with the chemicals in it. And so that stuff, you can't just wash it off right away. You gotta like let it dry. I wish I just washed it off. Like everyone was in my head about like,
you gotta make sure it's like dark and like all this stuff because of this superstition, this superstition.
But like I honestly like didn't have the best time at my Mehendi night because like first I like spent all morning just sitting there like this. It was way more than I wanted because I did get like kind of bamboozled. That's another thing that I hated is I kept listening to other people. And before everybody came to LA, I was like, I know what I want. Nothing was hard for me because I'm like, this is me, this is what I want. And it was so easy. But then people started like,
This
in
and
your
that.
ears, and they're
People-
like, oh, you need to get this whole thing done. But like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm a simple girl, and like, for some reason, you can't be a simple bride.
Can't let people get in your head. Stay strong
Stay
during
strong.
your wedding day.
No matter what, whether you do what they say or you don't do what they say, they will always talk shit.
The next thing, this is one of the things that pissed me off the most during the wedding week. We had a little incident after our lady Sangeet, which was at a venue. I'm not gonna say the name of the venue. The day after the Sangeet, we get an email saying, you guys were rude. You guys went to areas of the venue you weren't allowed to go to. You guys did this, you guys did that, blah, blah, blah. Now you guys owe us $4,000 USD because of these things that you did. Now, I'm not even on live. I'm hungover. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I check my email. It's the first thing I see. This is the last thing we need right now. And then Jazz over here, if y'all don't know, they call Jazz Manager Jazz. When she's in manager mode,
Get shit done.
it's over.
I was like, absolutely not. We are not paying this.
Essays.
Nobody said anything to us.
Our whole thing was that if there was something that was happening that you guys didn't like, tell
You
us in
should've
person.
told us.
You have like 40 staff members there.
And they were all so nice to us. Like, I remember walking in and they were like, oh my God, you're the bride and groom. You guys are hosting this event. Oh, are you guys okay? Blah, blah, blah. No, one person was like, oh, hey, those guests aren't allowed in that area. Or like, they're not telling us, so we didn't know. And so how are we supposed to stop something if we didn't know it was happening? So basically we went back and forth, and then I was like, let me talk to your general manager. One email is the general manager, and then the guy was like, yeah, it seems like you're right. I consider this case closed.
Done.
A week of stress. Not what I wanted to be doing on my wedding
Yeah.
week, but it's fine. I think that brings me to another point. Like, if you're getting married, especially if you're doing like a big Indian wedding, sometimes if you have a good planner, it's worth it. Or if you have family members or a good bridal party, I think that's another thing. We didn't have a bridal party. And so our circle was so small and everyone was here on like vacation too, so we didn't want to bother them. However, I still don't regret
Having it in LA?
having it in LA.
Definitely not.
I feel like we got this beautiful wedding. We got to show our family where we live. I think that was a huge thing. It's like, I feel like they never wanted to come visit us. Oddly enough, like neither of our parents had come to LA. We had bought a house already in LA and they still haven't come to see us.
We don't know if they'll ever come back.
Yeah.
We don't know, but at least we got them here once. My last complaint, and I feel like it's a complaint that a lot of couples will share with me, is all the hidden expenses attached to getting married. There is a lot of things that just pop up out of nowhere, and it's extremely annoying. A lot of them you can't even say no to. You just have to accept them. $400 for this, $500 for this, and you can't not have it sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying because there's all these traditions. So my family has certain traditions and his family have certain traditions. And sometimes I'll be like, Dad, so why do we need to do this? She's like,
Oh yeah, because we have to.
they don't even know why, but they just want it. And you can't say no to your parents because they're so cute.
And parents are like the kings and queens of people pleasing.
Yeah.
So they're doing the tradition so other people won't talk shit that they
Yeah.
didn't do the tradition.
And then we're doing it because we're trying to make them happy, who's not even doing it for themselves. So it's like, it's just like a long thing of people pleasing.
Yeah.
I think all in all, I wish that it was just a better experience for the both of us. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones getting married. It's hard with like religion and traditions. Where's the book on this? There's no book because every family is different.
Maybe you write the book.
I can only write the book for my family.
That's true.
This all goes to say that this is just a couple of things that we hated at our wedding. All in all, like so much fun. I watch our video and I'm like, holy fuck, like we did that.
If I could go back, I would do it over and over and over and over again. Because it was the best week of my life. It was so much fun. But these are just the things, if we were nitpicking on things that we didn't like, these are those things.
It's the sister.
Hi, friend.
Say hi to the vlog.
Hi, vlog.
And we're gonna leave you guys on that. Peace out.